Listen, there's something you need to understand right now. Those people who thought they could get away with treating you poorly, they're dealing with their own internal battles. They're facing the consequences of their actions, and it's tearing them apart inside. They are overwhelmed with shame and regret, and they are too embarrassed to even be in your presence. You see, when you're a chosen one, you carry a light within you that others can see, even if they don't fully understand it. But instead of honoring that light, some people try to extinguish it. They didn't understand who you were, and they definitely didn't realize the consequences of messing with someone like you. Now, they're starting to see just how much they've messed up, and it's hitting them hard. Imagine this scenario. These people used to laugh at you, mock you, and belittle you. They thought they could treat you like dirt and walk away unscathed. But now, they're the ones suffering. They're dealing with the fallout of their actions, and it's not a pretty sight. They can't even bring themselves to look you in the eye because the weight of their shame is too much for them to bear. You see, they thought they were being smart, but they were really being foolish. They thought they could outsmart you, but they didn't realize that you were watching them the whole time. They thought you were oblivious to their schemes, but you knew exactly what they were up to. And now, they're paying the price for underestimating you. Think back to the times when they were trying to undermine you. They were so confident, so sure that they could bring you down. But now, they're sitting alone with their thoughts, replaying every moment and realizing just how badly they messed up. It's like they're trapped in a nightmare that they can't wake up from, and the shame is eating them alive. You have to understand that these people are not just embarrassed, they're terrified. They're terrified of what you know, of what you might do with that knowledge. They're scared that their true colors have been exposed, and they're desperately trying to figure out how to fix the mess they've made. But it's too late for that. The damage has been done, and now they have to live with the consequences. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you're playing a game of chess. Your opponent thinks they've got you cornered. They're making moves, thinking they're outsmarting you at every turn. But what they don't realize is that you've been anticipating their moves all along. You've seen every strategy, every trick, and you've been playing along, waiting for the right moment to checkmate them. And then, just when they think they've won, you make your move. Suddenly, they realize they've been outplayed. The realization hits them like a ton of bricks. They weren't as clever as they thought they were. Now, they're left scrambling, trying to figure out how they could have been so blind, so arrogant. They're drowning in their own shame, and there's no way out. These people are haunted by their actions. It's like they're carrying around a heavy burden that they can't put down. Everywhere they go, they're reminded of what they did to you, and it's driving them crazy. They're tormented by the thought that they've lost something valuable, something they'll never be able to get back. You might not see it, but behind closed doors, they're falling apart. They're plagued by guilt and regret, and they're constantly questioning themselves. Why did I do that? How could I have been so stupid? They're looking for answers, but all they find are more questions, more doubts, more insecurities. Some of them might try to reach out to you. They might try to apologize, to make amends, but don't be fooled. Their apologies are not coming from a place of genuine remorse. They're just trying to ease their own guilt, to make themselves feel better. They want to believe that if they can just get you to forgive them, everything will be okay. But deep down, they know that's not true. The truth is, they're too ashamed to truly face what they've done. They know that no apology, no act of contrition can undo the damage they've caused. And that realization is devastating for them. They're stuck in a cycle of self-loathing, and there's no escape. You've got to keep moving forward. Don't let their shame or guilt weigh you down. You don't need their apologies or their validation. You've already risen above their pettiness, and you've grown stronger because of what they put you through. They see how you've flourished, how you've turned their negativity into fuel for your own growth, and it's driving them mad. They thought they could break you, but all they did was reveal their own weaknesses. They're learning the hard way that messing with a chosen one comes with consequences. And those consequences? They're brutal. Imagine being them for a moment. Every time they see you, they're reminded of their mistakes. Every time they hear your name, they're haunted by their own actions. They can't escape the reality of what they've done, and it's eating them alive. They thought they could erase you from their lives, but instead, they've etched you into their memories forever. They'll never forget the way they treated you, and they'll never be able to forget the consequences of their actions. They're stuck in a prison of their own making, and there's no escape. You have to understand that their shame is not your burden to carry. Their guilt is not your responsibility. You've moved on, you've grown, and you've become stronger because of what they put you through. They can't stand to see you thriving, to see you living your best life despite everything they did to bring you down. But you've got to keep pushing forward. Don't let their regrets hold you back. You've got bigger things to focus on, bigger dreams to chase. They'll realize that they lost something priceless when they lost you, but by then, it'll be too late. They'll be left with nothing but their shame, their regret, and the knowledge that they messed with the wrong one. You're a chosen one, and they didn't realize what that meant. They didn't understand that you were not someone to be trifled with. They didn't understand that when they came after you, they were setting themselves up for failure. Now, they're dealing with the fallout, and it's more than they can handle. So, as you continue on your journey, remember that their shame is not your problem. Their guilt is not your concern. You've got bigger things to focus on, bigger dreams to pursue. Keep your head high, keep walking in your truth, and let them deal with the mess they've made. You see, the weight of guilt is something that even the strongest person can't carry for long. It's heavy, it's burdensome, and it eats away at their soul. The very people who thought they could get away with mistreating you are now living with that burden every single day. And let's talk about the impact on their relationships. You better believe that what they did to you is affecting how they interact with others now. They're more guarded, more suspicious, and less trusting because deep down, they know that karma is real. They fear that what they did to you will happen to them, and it creates a cycle of negativity in their lives. They push people away, they sabotage their own happiness, all because they're afraid that the same pain they inflicted on you will come back to haunt them. It's a lonely existence, but it's the bed they made for themselves. But here's the thing, this is not your burden to bear. You've done the work, you've healed, and you've moved on. Their guilt, their shame, and their regret are theirs to carry. You don't need to concern yourself with how they're feeling or what they're going through. You've got your own journey to focus on, your own path to walk. And trust me, the universe has your back. The same energy they put out into the world is the same energy that's coming back to them. Tenfold. You've got to keep moving forward. Don't look back, don't wait for their apologies. You don't need their validation. You've already risen above their pettiness, and you've grown stronger because of what they put you through. They'll never forget the way they treated you, and they'll never be able to escape the consequences of their actions. They're stuck in a prison of their own making, and there's no way out. So, let them watch as you continue to rise. Let them see how you've turned their negativity into something beautiful. Let them realize that they lost something priceless when they lost you. And as they sit with their shame, their regret, and their guilt, let them remember one thing. You're a chosen one, and they should have never underestimated you.